Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Level Cap Podcast, your podcast for anything Level 99 games related, news or otherwise. I am your host, Marco De Santos, also known as the Mechanic Critic, and with me are two very special guests. Number one is the overlord and overseer of Level 99 games, Brad Tatlin Jr.
Hey, good to be here.
And the other one is artist / great impersonator, Fábio Fontes. How are you doing, Fábio?
Hey, I'm fine. How about you?
Yeah, okay, so we finally got together, and it's pretty awesome that we're all here. And we even have a special guest in the form of Fábio here. And it's going to be awesome. So how are both of you today? How are you on this wonderful day / evening? Because we all have different time zones.
Doing well. It's good to be back for a second podcast. We are already in the running for most longest running Level 99 games podcast at episode 2. So
Yep.
Very exciting.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's a world record. It's a world. How about you, Fábio?
You gotta do 4 to get to be the world record. But yeah.
So how about you, Fábio? What's up?
Not much right now. Like being here I'm here with you guys. It's nice being here and all. Making a pause from making sprites for something you're gonna be talking later on.
Yeah. Speaking of those, we have a very wonderful docket for all of you today. We're gonna be talking about, some news you guys might want to hear about, some upcoming projects. Of course, we're going to answer some of your questions, and we're going to talk about, a very special character of the week that's close to everyone's hearts. But before all of that, we're going to talk about what we've been playing in this following segment. What I've been playing. So, what have you guys been playing?
Aptly titled. So recently I have been playing, for my birthday was last week, I got Pokemon Moon, and I've been playing Pokemon Moon and enjoying that quite a bit. I'm just about to the first trial on the first island, so I'm still in pretty early, but I've managed to get a lot of really cool Pokemon via Wonder Trade. So I've Wonder Traded about 9 Wingulls now, and so I have this killer team of Pokemon. They're pretty cool. I got a Mimikyu, I got a, I still can't remember that thing with I think it's the Dark Dragon with the scythes. Somebody traded me one of those through the Wonder Trade.
Dark Dragon with scythes?
Yeah, I can't remember what he's called. But he's there. And then, there's just a bunch of other cool stuff. I got an Abra in the Wonder Trade, so I'll eventually have an Alakazam, which is nice.
Oh, so you're one of those guys.
You need to trade it first.
If you get the Abra in trade, does it become Will it be able to evolve to Alakazam?
It evolves to Kadabra, and then you have to trade. You have to trade it as a Kadabra. Yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah, well,
alas.
With the wonders
I have
of the
Sun.
internet,
You can trade with me.
Yeah, maybe I'll just trade it with you.
Yeah, with the wonders of the internet, you don't need real friends. You just need internet ones.
Yay! What if my real friends are on the internet?
Oh, That's very hard. I think you have to unfriend them in real life first.
Oh, alright. See ya, Fabio. See ya, Marco.
Oh, bye.
Oh, man.
So you're one of those guys who, Wonder trades a Wingull for a Palkia or, a Solgaleo or whatever.
I'll
one
pay
of those guys.
When I get done with the game, I'll catch some late game Pokemon and I'll Wonder Trade them to all the noobs and I'll make it back.
Catch your level 1 Salamence, which is a real thing, because apparently people figured out a way to cheat so that you could catch a Salamence in the first freaking island.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
If you've ever seen a Bagon, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I know you can catch it on the first island.
Yeah, if you basically torture this poor Bagon for hours on end, it'll eventually SOS a friend, and there's a 1% chance that it'll SOS a Salamence that's level 1.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Yeah. So it's pretty insane. So I really like Pokemon. I got Sun. Brad got Moon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and
I got Sun as well.
Oh, really? You got Sun? Yes. I got it because it has the muscle-bound mosquito Pokemon. Sorry, Ultra Beast. And I think it's a really cool Pokemon.
Which one is that?
Absorption.
It's one you don't have.
What does it evolve from?
No, it's
a legendary.
It's a legendary.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a legendary.
I'm not even far enough to think about that. I'm kind of playing this one from I haven't done any of the reading. I haven't done any advanced preparation. I'm just playing it going in as a, as a wide-eyed trainer with no preconception, no plans, no nothing. I'm just exploring the world as I go.
So,
speaking of wide-eyed, that's the best way to describe the playable character's expressivity.
Yeah, they do have a bit of that.
The most
not just a bit. Yeah, they're just looking into the emptiness.
They stare straight into your soul. I swear. So which starters did you guys pick? I picked Oval Bird.
I picked Litten because it evolves into a wrestler.
I picked Litten as well because I thought it was the coolest of them.
See, I told you, Brad.
The Owlbird was kind of cool, but if I'd seen the final forms, so I didn't know the final forms first. If I'd seen the final forms, I might have gone for the water one because I think I like that one best. But I am happy with my pick.
Really?
I mean, it has a Lariat as a signature move.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's pretty cool.
We were talking about Pokemon earlier before this recording, and we were talking about how cool the Alolan forms were, and Fabio was talking about how it's just essentially a cash grab to get like Gen 1ers to get in.
No, I didn't put it, or at least I didn't meant to put it that way. Like, it's a way to appeal to them, and it's a way to revisit old designs and make them relevant again. Like instead of, hey, okay guys, should we make 200 new designs, or let's just make 100 and redo a few of the older ones to make them look new again?
Yeah, and I think it's good redoing the old ones because there's, when you're in a property where you're designing a lot of characters, and I speak from experience here, designing a lot of new characters is not always the right way to go. Like, there's always a temptation to just, like, let's make 20 new characters, or, in Pokemon's case, like 150 new characters. And you certainly can, but you've already built up so much emotional investment into the ones you already have. It's better to just reinvent your existing characters, or to give them a new twist, or to, introduce a hidden side of those existing characters. And I think that that's a good decision that they made in this game, was to just reintroduce some of the existing Pokemon and not redo everything from scratch, because it preserves some of that emotional investment from the first games.
Also, for the first time, we have evolution in Pokemon, how it's supposed to work.
Why do you say that? What's different this time?
Because regional variants are kind of like Darwinian evolution.
It's actual evolution.
Ah, okay. I guess
Instead
I
of
haven't
just
far enough to see that either.
Instead of just growing up. That's what evolution's been in Pokemon. It's growing up.
It's more like metamorphosis, but yeah,
it's
everyone's
instantaneous growing up. It's instantaneous
Okay.
growing up. Like, you sprinkle some fertilizer on them and poof! Your turtle has grown cannons on its back.
Like, imagine if human beings were like Pokemon. You're like a little baby infant, and then like
Imagine if puberty was like that.
you literally just become an adult straight. It's like it's not even
Like a kid's walking down the street, then it grows, it rips his clothes, and hair pops out of his chest like, I'm a man now! I'm a
Yeah, that'd be a
man!
little scary. I guess it's a good thing that the Pokemon world is not the real world.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine if the Pokemon world was the real world. I'd never have to study, and then I'd just go out as a 10-year-old child, and like everybody would be nice to me.
Oh man, that's true. You wouldn't go to school. You just link up to the TM network, and you download all the TMs, and then you'd know all the moves for life.
Oh my god, I want
Also, free healthcare.
Yeah, free instant healthcare from any state.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I guess we should move on and talk about
A very special
characters of the week.
Yeah, character of the week. So our character of the week today is a very special Pokemon to my heart. His name is Cadenza, and I'm pretty much sure that every BattleCON newbie has touched, felt, played against this character. So Brad, tell us about your inspiration for this character. What inspired you to make a character this way or look this way?
So, I wanted to make a character that was going to be kind of easy to use, but have some subtlety to them. And he's sort of based on the designs of like Robokai and Potemkin from Guilty Gear, and that you've got this big, heavy character, a lot of attacks, a lot of weapons, but they're slow and they're clunky and they're kind of difficult to execute well. So if you're a new player, you can play Cadenza. You can do really, really cool, powerful attacks. You don't have to worry about getting stunned because you can ignore that, and you could just do your thing. If you're playing like at the advanced level, he's got all these really rough wind downs after his attacks, where you hit a certain area and then you can't really do too much else beyond that. Like once you step into a certain zone, your threats are very specific, and your opponent can play around you. And so there's still some really good high level play in Cadenza too, and I think he's one of the characters that we've seen the most of throughout the game's life because he's got that good dichotomy of easy to play but also some high level mastery going on as well.
So can you tell us a little bit about the lore about this character? Is he just a robot?
Yeah, so Cadenza is a character that was is a remote controlled drone that is controlled by Boris Vilnar, who is one of the Magisters of Walat, the technological nation to the north. Vilnar is sort of the shadowy figure. Nobody's seen him in a couple hundred years. Nobody knows what he looks like or really what he's all about, except that he kind of runs the country and that he's one of the older, or probably the oldest Magister on the council. So he really sort of runs the country.
So he's like Dr. Claw.
Illuminati.
Yeah, he's definitely an Illuminati Dr. Claw sort of figure. And Fabio drew him. There's one image of him, Fabio drew him for Pixel Tactics, and it's the supervillain in Pixel Tactics. And you see his back, like him sitting at a desk, his back to you. And
you see a chair.
Yeah, just the chair, really.
A chair.
So did Brad?
A sinister chair.
Did you just confirm Illuminati for BattleCon?
I mean, I think we confirmed what everybody already knew about the Division 13, which is that they're shadowy and nobody really knows what they're all about.
Is Division 13 in any way kind of like Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts?
Maybe, except instead of, weird plot holes as their power source, they use machines. So
And their weapons are more practical looking?
Yeah, the weapons are a little more practical looking.
Like, Axel, what the heck do you have in your hands?
Chakrams?
But other than that, pretty much, yeah, Organization 13's got a little bit of it going on there. So like I'll talk about Division 13 in later talks, but there's a lot of cool lore for them too.
Okay, so since we have Fabio here, and he's drawn a lot of Cadenza, or at least one Cadenza since he drew the alternate art, what do you think about the character's design overall? I remember his designs kind of changed a bit since the War days, because in the War days he had he had a pencil-thin spine, right?
Yeah, he sort of still has that. Since the way I draw robots, I give them a little more meat.
They have no
weird since they're robots. Anyway, I make them bulkier looking, so the small spine, the small waist is still there, but it's got some other components around. And if you look at the original art, the shoulder pads look different, and the more sketchy style of the original art doesn't allow you to see a lot of the mechanical details, so to speak. So I try to, in my own arts, try to make the joints more evident, like how does it work, how does it move, and all that.
Oh, okay. So we were talking about this, and you did mention that you didn't design Cadenza, because I had this preconceived notion that you designed a lot of the characters for this game.
I did design a lot of them, but in War, I only designed Luke, because I only got into the project pretty late. Like, I think it was already on Kickstarter. Brad can confirm that for me.
Yeah, it was. We were close to the end of the Kickstarter, and I was advertising for the game on Project Wonderful, and one of my ads showed up on Fabio's site. And he saw it, and he's like, well, I can draw better than this. I'm going to get in touch with this guy and offer to do some artwork. And so he did, and I said, well, we have a stretch goal character. Why don't you do him? And he drew the art for Luke, and it turned out really great. And so Fabio's been working with us ever since, pretty consistently. and did all of the. I mean, you did all the characters or all the chibi work in for Disc Duelers, and you did all of the artwork for 7-Card Slugfest, which is still one of my favorite illustrated games that we've done.
That was fun.
And yeah, and most recently, Fabio did Millennium Blades. Those of you who don't know, Fabio is the lead artist for that, and did an incredible amount of work to make Millennium Blades happen.
My hand is still shaking.
And forever after.
Didn't your arm wither? Didn't you have to draw over 300 plus cards for that?
I don't want to count them. I can go to the folder and actually count the file. I don't wanna know. I don't think I want to know how many it was.
It's probably the most monumental achievement by a board game artist, though. There's really something special about the art in this game.
And something
there's a lot of them.
There's
a lot of it. A lot of ducks.
A lot of ducks.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about...
Yeah, you should tell us the duck story.
Yeah, it's not that much of a story, more of an influence.
Which
in itself...
The Duck Illuminati influenced you to draw them in a certain way?
This is all Boris' fault. I knew it.
No, more when we started Millennium Blades, my city was going through a duck invasion. By that I mean at the local park they put some ducks in there and they didn't do any control for them aside from feeding them. So they multiplied a little too much, and the whole city got crowded with ducks. And I just started drawing ducks into Millennium Blades because.
And now the event is immortalized in history.
In
board gaming history. Yeah.
Yep. So let's go back to Cadenza. Cadenza is basically this. We were talking about this in the last podcast, Brad, but you were talking about the difference between question and answer characters, right? And based on what we're essentially talking about here is Cadenza. He's the ultimate question character, right? Because he's like, you better do something about my game plan, or else I will destroy you.
Yeah, every turn is, how are you going to deal with this? Okay, how are you going to deal with this? All right, what if I do this? Every turn, he's going to ask a difficult question, and you have to have something ready to deal with it. And it creates a pretty nice play dynamic. For a lot of characters, there's kind of an ebb and flow to combat. But with Cadenza, when you're playing against Cadenza, you have to be playing around Cadenza every single beat. Because he's just really dangerous.
I mean, the clockwork shot alone is the thing that permeates throughout the entire game. Because it's whether or not you lose is dependent on whether or not you get hit by that one single attack.
It's this attack with this huge hurt box that hits for 6 damage, and you can't stun him out of it because of his UA, and you can't even out damage him because he's got 3 soak. So the only real thing to do is to get out of the way of this attack, and so it creates a certain meta. It creates a certain expectation for the players how they're gonna play around this and deal with it. And it's neat. It kind of gives you sort of what BattleCon is about, because you have this move that you're pretty certain about, and that's another thing that makes Cadenza really great as a beginner character, is that all the moves are pretty clear about what they do. There's no ambiguity. In Devastation, we had a lot of characters do 2 or 3 things, but Cadenza, he does one big thing really well every single beat, and you learn to play around that pretty quick.
Yeah, I think that's his biggest strength and also his biggest weakness. So if any of you guys listening find Cadenza to be very interesting, or at least want to pretend to be Dr. Claw while you're controlling a robot, you may want to look up some guides for Cadenza. But if we were just going to give you some simple tips, it's going to be play around your clockwork shot. Brad said that was the meta for this character. Don't be afraid to use your unique ability to, shrug off some really light hits, because sometimes shrugging off the lightest hits can make the difference. Because as Brad has probably told many people over the days, Cadenza only needs to hit you 3 times to win, right?
Yeah, 3 times, and then 3 times, and then you're pretty much dead. So it's just about connecting those 3 hits, and once you get that, then you're in a pretty good spot.
Yep. So that pretty much does it for our character of the week. Let's go on to some questions from the community. Just in case some of you have asked us some questions that you might want some answers to. Well, we're here to give it all to you. So let's start with some 99 questions. Not literally 99 questions, because then this podcast would take forever.
Oh, man.
What do you mean, oh man? You guys are gonna have to answer this. I mean, it's not like people
Yeah,
want
sometime during some countdown we'll do 99 questions.
Oh my goodness.
But not today.
Okay.
Not today on air.
I honestly believe people would rather watch 99 pronunciations, but whatever.
We'll do a special podcast at some point, and I'll pronounce all their names for you.
So you guys better watch, because we're not gonna tell you which one it is. So you're gonna have to watch every week, every 2 weeks, to just know when it'll happen. So here's some lightning round questions for you guys. It's not going to be that long. Mostly for Brad, some for Fontes. Sorry. That's going to be a... And none for me. Nobody wants to know what I think. So Brad, V and when?
So we are looking for a moment to get the budget together to do it. Pixel Tactics Online's taking up a lot of time. BattleCon Online's taking up a lot of budget. And our other games, BattleCon Trials, and then the upcoming shipment for Millennium Blades, which is going to be arriving in January. We're going to have our cash be pretty tight in the next few months. So we're looking for an opportunity to set aside the money and start working on the VN.
All right.
So hopefully you'll hear more in 2017.
Yes. So how about so since you were talking about projects and stuff, how about upcoming Kickstarters? What happened to the minigame pack? Is it still going to be its own thing or whatever?
So we're planning on actually splitting up the minigame box, and the reason that we would do that is because it's been really tough to get all the games ready at the same time, and we don't want to hold off the games that are ready right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to make the minigame box each game separately and publish them one by one. And so we've already come out with Anansi and the Box of Stories and Tomb Trader, and those will come out in January and February in 2017. And so we are planning to just release our games month by month as they are ready, and not worry about holding back a bunch of games so we can release 5 at once. Maybe we'll do a big collection at the end of the year, and I think that would be a cool thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have to do the collection as an initial release, and we don't have to kickstart it. We'll save our Kickstarters for bigger games that we can't do on our own.
All right. So here's a question for both of you, since you're all some amazing people right here. Any upcoming events that you guys are planning to go to? I mean, like, Gen Con or stuff like that? Brad first.
Yeah, we're doing PAX South. PAX South is the next big thing that we have going on, and that is going to be coming out in that's the end of January. So if you're in Texas at the end of January, come by PAX South, come and see us. Should be a lot of fun. We'll be playing Exceed. We'll be playing Millennium Blades. We'll be playing some Tomb Trader. Yeah.
How about you, Fabio? Is any upcoming events or whatever?
I live in Portugal. There's nothing here.
There's something there, I believe.
There's land.
Maybe we'll try and make it out of Gen Con again this year. We'll see.
Maybe. But yeah, in here there's not much.
Not even like local conventions or something like that, nah?
There's practically nothing board game related. Board gaming, there are a few people, but it's not exactly a thing here.
It's not
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's the same in Asia land. I mean, it's really hard for me to go to any of these conventions that I really want to go to, because then I'd have to spend literally thousands of dollars and fly halfway across the world just to be there.
Can't you swim?
I'm not the most athletic person.
Well, that could be fixed.
What? Training.
Yeah, get
push-ups.
on that. I mean, you could just swim down to Australia. There's conventions in Australia. You don't even have to come all the way to America.
Yeah, that's true. And then by then get washboard abs, become superhuman.
Yeah, I mean, once you do that, you can just jump there.
Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect idea.
Or you'd get eaten by a shark.
Sufficiently advanced jumping is indistinguishable from flight.
Goodness.
Especially once you get a double jump.
All right, so here's one last question, real quick. What do you guys think about the BattleCon community so far? I know Fabio's really in it, at least the Discord chat, and Brad's, in there sometimes, but not all the time. So what do you guys think? What are your perspectives on it?
Well, I am, I think it's really good. I do come in and I read all the stuff that you guys are posting and writing. Well, not all the stuff, but I read a lot of the stuff that you guys are in there and posting and writing. And I think it's really good. I lived in Japan for a bit, and I was part of a comic circle over there, and so I kind of know what like how the fan communities work and everything, and I know that I can't really be part of it personally, but it's really neat to see it happen and unfold, and I'm kind of a silent spectator to that community, and I really enjoy that, and it makes the games and the characters and the worlds really real for me because I know somebody's out there listening and enjoying and building on this stuff. And I love reading the fan fiction and seeing the fan arts. And I have a little folder. Yeah, I have a little folder of all the fan arts and fan fictions that I've saved to my computer, and I go back and read them sometimes. And it makes me feel good about the all the friends that I've met on this adventure in becoming a board game publisher.
Oh, how about you, Fabio?
Well, as someone who started this as I still am, but who started this as a complete board gaming noob. Like, this is how I got into board gaming. Like, working for Brad is what made me see how big of a thing board gaming actually was, because apart from that, I knew Magic the Gathering and that other board game whose name shall not be pronounced. Monopoly!
Cards Against Humanity? Oh, okay, Monopoly. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, the community, I hang around in Discord, and I just have this to say. I love you guys, and you know it.
Oh, I love you too. I mean, nobody cares about what I think, but okay.
You're right.
We love you too, Marco.
Oh, thanks.
Don't sell yourself short.
All right, I'll sell myself tall. So that pretty much does it for some 99 questions. We'll answer some of your questions later on. Again, if you guys want to give us some questions, hit us up on those social medias and whatever. We'll give you the links when it's relevant. Okay, so let's move on to the last segment for our show, News 99. Any upcoming news? And we've already been teasing you guys a little bit earlier, and that's kind of why we have Fabio here. The upcoming news is, Brad, take it away.
Pixel Tactics Online.
Boom.
Yeah.
So this is our newest, coolest thing. It's in progress. Development is ongoing, and really, we need some help testing, and we're here to solicit your help as playtesters. The game's coming along, but and it's available in a kind of closed alpha test, but we need your help to get it all together. So, if you are thinking of playtesting some Pixel Tactics, then by all means, come and test games with us. We need your help.
Though to be fair, saying it's a closed test is kind of a misnomer, because it's kind of pretty, easy to get into it, right?
Yeah, it's closed to everybody who it isn't open to yet, I guess is probably the easiest way to say it. But it's very easy to get involved. You just have to contact us and, get your, sign a little form, and then you're in. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's, what's the site called? Playtest.level99games.com?
Yeah, playtest.level99games.com. And yeah, you just go in and sign up, and you'll be in the playtest, and you can play some Pixel Tactics online. Cameron, the programmer, has been pushing me to get more people involved. So this is me doing my duty and saying, come play Pixel Tactics. It's really cool. It's got a couple new features over the base game. What we're really excited about is the addition of the PvE modes. So there's a lot of playing against the AI, of adventuring across the world of Indians and collecting new units. It's got kind of a Suikoden feel to it, where there's like hundreds of units that you can pick up,
literally,
and get to join your team. And Fabio is drawing all of these units, and they're coming out really well. They have a lot of fun animations, like Borneo jumps out and like flops on his face, and he has to get up and shake himself off before he starts fighting.
And he attacks with a Pico hammer.
Yeah, and he has that. Yeah, he's the big, the
squeaky hammer.
Hammer. Yeah, and like Rokiel, he zip lines down onto the battlefield, and like Rexen rises from the earth as a zombie, and then starts fighting. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff in this game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's been fun to make these animations.
Yeah, you have to make hundreds of them though.
Literally, yeah. I'm getting Millennium Blades vibes again.
we like Fabio because he can do a lot of work on a great timeline and really reliably, and honestly that's it's gold. Like, there's no artist that I've worked with that brings as much to the game as Fabio does.
Oh.
I talk about like I make the games, but he really brings it to life, and I couldn't do this stuff without Fabio.
No.
Sorry, I just had you guys had a moment right there. Immortalized.
Merry Christmas, Fabio. I love you, man.
I love you too, man.
Aww. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the time we have for this Level Cap podcast. I hope you guys all enjoy listening to some awesome news, some awesome characters, and some awesome banter between three friends nearing the holiday season. So if you guys, want to become a playtester, want to find out more news, hit us up on social media. And again, if you want to be a playtester, playtest.level99games.com. I will give you guys all the links in the description or something where you can easily access and copy paste onto your browser. You'll find lots more of information there. As always, I have been your host, Marco De Santos, also known as the Mechanic Critic, and with me are my two very amazing and very, very talented guests, Overlord and Dark Leader Illuminati of Level 99 Games himself, Brad Tatlin Jr.
I don't claim all those titles, but thanks for having me.
Illuminati confirmed.
President? Does President work?
President, I'll claim.
All right. So President of Level 99 Games, Brad Tatlin Jr. And Mario. Jumpman Mario.
Woohoo!
It's perfect every time. Can you say it's a me?
It's a me, Mario.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's uncanny.
No, but
don't sue us, Nintendo.
Oh, please don't copyright.
Please, do not sue.
It's so good.
I'll go back. I promise.
No, that's not Mario. That's actually Fábio Fontes, the lovely artist who draws Millennium Blades, Pixel Tactics, and a bunch of other BattleCON.
Hear that, Fábio? You're lovely now.
Yeah. You want to be amazing instead? No, but seriously, it's Fábio Fontes. He's a really great artist, and thank you so much, both of you, for being on the podcast this week. And to all of you listeners, we hope to see you guys next week. Thank you so much, and good night. Bye!
See you there.
Bye-bye!